What's going on with you guys? What's the latest and greatest?
Well, I got invited to come on this podcast thing, and I was like, kind of tripping out about that, being a little bit nervous about it, but I'm here now, so.
Don't be nervous. Don't be
Yeah,
nervous.
what would you be nervous about?
It's just a bunch of weirdos with a bunch of Glocks laying in front of them.
I was worried that I don't have enough Glocks, man.
He's like, I had to get more Glock. I had to go to the store. I bought like 6 more Glocks for this.
You sent a text that I needed 3 Glocks for this, so I've got 2 whole Glocks and a half a Glock, and that's the best that I could do. So,
Well, tell the audience when did I put out everyone needs to bring a couple Glocks?
that was about 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
How long have we known about this episode?
Well, probably at least since yesterday.
Yeah, so that's normal. So welcome to Nuke Our Parks. We got Gap Ponder from 1/3 of Gun Thoughts. If you guys haven't seen Gun Thoughts channel, it's freaking awesome. And just to summarize it, imagine a 4-minute intro of just music and them mag dumping and trolling each other, and then a little bit of training footage in the opener, and then them sitting around a table with whatever horrible gun they decided to review, or sometimes a good gun. They've got
Sometimes a
several
good gun, yeah.
Yeah,
Occasionally.
so several good weapons. But then it's an awesome vibe. If you're like, it's a good show. If you want like a serious take near the end, but you want to go through the journey with the boys, that's Gun Thoughts. Would you say that's about accurate?
Well, if that is your perception of what Gun Thoughts is, then it must be accurate, because it's really the viewer who decides, isn't it?
I'm just jealous of that shirt, dude. Was that last year's Christmas shirt? One of the Christmas shirts?
Yeah.
I literally looked, and it was like, dude, I was on the website, and I was like, I'm going to get this shit. That was the coolest thing ever. Sold out. No!
Yeah, we need to make some more. People
Those are
seem to
solid.
like these ones. It's a pretty fun one.
Yeah, dude. That's great.
Do y'all have y'all's cameras sideways or what? Is that why mine is like weird?
That's why you're
You
the
old man doesn't know how to use the phone correctly. There
I'm
we go.
Sorry.
Look at that.
I'm sorry. Well, we're doing this whole thing where it's like you can't, like if you're filming shorts, you got to film it straight up and down. And if you're taking Instagrams, straight up and down. So I am an old man. Thanks for pointing that out, Risky. I appreciate that.
I turn 35 tomorrow, so it's okay.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
35.
Getting worried about you guys.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm gonna go eat hibachi. Right? I'm basic
sounds
white
good.
bitch guy. Let's go have Japanese people cook in front of us.
This
Do the
will
shrimp.
post on
Throw
your
it to me.
birthday.
Catch the shrimp in my mouth.
This post will post on your birthday, or this video will post tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But,
The
so,
gift that keeps on giving.
Everybody wish him a happy birthday.
there you
in the
go.
comments or
Happy
whatever, however
freaking
it
birthday,
works.
Risky
Yeah.
Christy.
There we go. Do it.
All right. So now that we have our Glock staged,
Yes.
I guess so. Our opener to this, and for those that have never seen a Nuke Our Parks, because this is kind of, I feel like this is going to be a new direction, right? We got Gun Thoughts. It's going to be coming in randomly. He's going to bring all his good ideas to the table. So for anyone new to the channel, we just typically will sit around and we'll just talk about whatever's new in the gun community, training culture, whatever's going on, or just whatever we want to talk about. It's no really stage that we're gonna go over. But today we do have, in memory of Gaston Glock, we're gonna talk about our favorite 2 stock Glocks and our favorite Gucci. And Gucci's in air quotes. It could just be something basic like, I don't know, a Shadow Systems or something. But
My favorite Glock is a PSA dagger.
no, it's not.
Can you imagine?
No, it's not.
Oh, dirty.
I'm kidding. Fuck. Have we been 8
have a
seconds?
dagger.
Explained it.
I wish I
Yeah.
could like hold up a dagger. Like, no, it's not.
Oh,
I got
I
one
do
in
not
there
have a
somewhere. I'm
Gucci
not
Glock.
getting
I
out.
only have Glock brand Glocks.
Whenever you see Outlaw just leave randomly, Gun Thoughts, that's because he's going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $12,000 worth of rifles. And
Okay.
or
I
not.
can't
I'm
find my
glad that-
damn.
I'm glad you explained how this whole thing works, because both the new viewers and myself are definitely wondering what's about to happen here. So
Have
Your
you
audience-
seen Protect Our Parks with Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis and those guys just like shooting the shit?
Not seen that. No.
So if y'all are watching this, you don't know like where the Nuke Our Parks thing came from. It's just Joe Rogan and his friends that are comedians just bullshitting. Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir, Shane Gillis, and they just get drunk and they just don't. It's hilarious, right? There's like I don't know 10 of them out now, and they super cut them into clips, and it's fucking hilarious. So we were thinking, like, protect them. Who cares about the parks? Let's nuke the parks and just shoot the shit and have something to talk about.
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah. So there's no real rhyme or reason for what we're talking about. Just whatever's on your mind, right? What's going on currently? Glock is obviously, that's big news.
So Glock's on the mind because Mr. Glock himself passed away, unfortunately. It really is tragic that they're not going to ever make any more Glocks again. Like, I'm kind of broken up about that, because he made them all himself by hand.
Yeah.
Personally.
Like Santa and his elves.
At the lathe, just.
If he's not in the actual factory, making sure the Glock elves are making the Glocks. They'll stop making them. I mean,
Employee of the Month, Gaston.
Those pre-Gaston Glocks, the value is just going to go right up because, they're just
not
going to be the same again.
Yeah, so if you need a Glock 43, since they're not making them anymore, no, I'm just kidding, YouTube. It's a joke, YouTube.
You think they're gonna take a new direction now that he's out?
Yes, I guarantee.
Internet rumors like AR-15s, baby.
Guaranteed, dude. 2 years from now, Glock will go with some new it'll be some new pistol that they're trying to keep up. I bet you money.
Give me a fucking Glock AR-15. Just do it. Make it the most reliable thing ever. Like, dude, I would simp. I don't care. I would buy it immediately. I'd be all in. Blindly. All in. Give it to me.
It's a striker fired AR-15.
Yeah. Striker fired pistol braced.
Yeah. There's no safety. It's just a tap rack and you're going, tap rack, you're not going.
They invent some shit with Glock mags. Yeah, it's like, I don't want a PCC. Come on now.
Part of me was imagining all of Gun Thought's audience coming in here and being like, what is going on? First of all, who's the dude in the flannel? And who's the old man with his phone up and down? And Outlaw just disappears for the first 5 minutes.
I can't find my damn Terran Tactical. I don't know what I did with it.
Well, I don't know. Not who. You've been doing a lot of competitive shooting. Have you always been doing competitive shooting?
Is that a me question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of background. Yeah, when I first got into guns, I was sort of interested in that sort of stuff because I would see videos of it online and I'd see, videos of people training at TTI and stuff. And I was like, wow, that looks so cool. Like, damn, I want to try that. So I did eventually get into that and, it's something that I've done in the background for a while. And then more recently, I got a little bit more interested in it because I had more time since there wasn't as much time to produce Gun Thoughts videos. So I was like, I still want to be shooting. So I got pretty heavily into competitive shooting, ended up being a master class in USPSA carry optics now, traveling around shooting matches. And it's a lot of fun because I get to meet some of you guys out there, and, that's always the biggest gift of all, to just get to talk to you guys a little bit in person.
Hey, what's your carry optics gun?
So I've got that right here. It's a CZ Shadow 2, pretty typical gun for people shooting carry optics. Mine is close to stock. I've got some lighter springs in it and I dremeled everything up inside. But yeah, otherwise just milled for a red dot, and I've got the Hollow Sun 507 competition on it.
What's the difference in the 507 competition and the regular?
The window is here, trying to not point it at my face while showing you, is,
trying to
bigger.
not off myself.
Oh,
Right.
it's is it the metal rectangular housing? That's what it is?
Yeah, it's the new
Okay.
one that's just bigger. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So we're getting into it now. Do you know KCU CBO?
I know of Casey, but I don't think I've ever met him personally.
So Salt of the Earth, one of my great friends, he's coming out here right after SHOT Show, and I've got 3 daughters, and he is putting those 3 girls through the test of shooting, or whatever, class of shooting for 3 days, which is really cool. The 10-time shooting world champion, and so
Yeah.
I outfitted them. I got Glock 34 Gen 5s, Trichcon SROs. I sent them all to Zev. They put the trigger in there that makes them still carry optics. I got, I don't know what holsters I got. Oh, Safariland holsters. And so, we're good. I got 10,000 rounds and we're about to rock out. So
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to train with Casey. Yeah. Got my old Glock 34 Gen 5 right here. This is the gun that I started out shooting competition with. It's great.
I was gonna buy a Limcat. Speed Shooters has one right now for 6,500, and that's who builds his. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, and he was like, just hold on and don't do it just yet. Just shoot mine first.
I wouldn't dive in straight into that. Yeah, I'd make sure that you actually enjoy it and it's something that you want to keep doing before you spend that much money. That's advice to you, viewer.
What's wild is your video, gun thoughts on the Glock 34, where you guys tape a freaking brick to the end of the gun. I already wanted a Glock 34 for the longest time. I rocked this bad Larry right here. It was a stock 19X.
Yeah.
I ran the crap out of it. I painted it a million times. So your video I was basically like, yeah, it's the same thing, just a little longer. Maybe a little less recoil, maybe.
Yeah,
not
just a
really.
A little bit.
But that gun got stolen during a army move.
No.
So, yep. And
R.I.P.
Yeah, long story. It had a 509T on it, a TLR1, and like 6,000 or 7,000 rounds conservatively. So the point that I love the gun.
Yeah.
So when they stole it, I was like, there goes all my sentimental value with this piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Dude, I have your channel pulled up. How the hell do you guys only have 57,000 subscribers? I feel like last time I looked, it was like 157.
Hey, let me wait.
In my mind, that's where it is.
This is the luck that you just had. Risky Krisky asked me that same question when I had 23,000 subs 5 months ago. And I was like, really? I have no idea. So there's the Krisky good luck to you. Now you're going to have 1 million people in the morning.
Y'all should. Yeah. I've been watching y'all since.
Yeah, come on over.
Long
trying
before
to make
I
some more
started
videos
YouTube.
now. The production was slowed down a little bit for a while, but trying to ramp it up in 2024. So hopefully there'll be some fun stuff on there.
Watching y'all shoot with nods and everything, that was great. That was one of my favorite videos. The 34, that's obviously a top contender, but yeah, the PBS 14 video, I think that's right. Love it.
Oh yeah, that's one of the old ones. So
classic.
Are we going to talk about our Glocks or what, guys?
Talk about our freaking Glocks.
Let's talk about our Glocks.
Show your glizzies.
Do we want to go around like everyone's top one stock? We'll go all the way around. Everyone's top two stock.
Sounds
my favorite Glock.
All right, top one. Pull out I gotta decide. I gotta decide right now. I guess it'll be this one. All right, who's going first? Outlaw, go. Top favorite stock Glock of all time.
Glock 48 right here. I've carried it since they made it.
48's your favorite? What?
It's my favorite thing. Yeah,
what?
Favorite. Look, I've got.
Okay, I'm not meaning to laugh at you. But...
XS big dot sights on it.
What?
I cannot tell you the amount of shit that I've killed with this thing. It's funny, my 17-year-old daughter the other day, I said, hey, if I die, what is the one thing that each of you girls want? And she was like, this one. This is the only one. I'm like, I carried a gun.
Boyfriends you've shot with that.
This is the only shit. No, animals I've shot with it.
Oh, yeah. Animals.
Yeah. But anyway, Glock 48, bro. Like, if this is it. And I only keep the 10-round mags in there. I don't do the shield mags because they don't work. And then I've
just
got
carry a California 19 model if you're carrying the 10s.
It's too heavy, bro. This is the Defiant 135. That's my favorite. And this
I like that you
carried in
it.
A Haley Incog holster, bro. Or this is not the Haley Incog from G Code.
I bet it's comfortable. I'll say that. I bet for an EDC, just no optic, just a slim little 48. It's probably good. Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
So, you know what's funny? This is not staged because, of course, we did it, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago now. So, basically the same boat, dude. Freaking 43X. You can tell the amount
43?
You can tell the amount of freaking wear and tear on this bad Larry. Dude. And, of course, it's all just spray paint or whatever. But this thing, I guess I'll show you the sights. What is it? Trigicon, right? I believe. Orange front with a green rear. The rear has like a notch on it so you can rack it off things and stuff. I run the 10 rounds stock Glock mags because shield mags will kill you. I have a shield mag that was in the gun that I was testing. They suck.
The internet says shield mags are the best.
Well, I have multiple videos of it malfunctioning on camera, and with the same gun, 5 seconds later, running a million Glock mags through, and guess what? No issues with the Glock mags. So yeah, I run it typically in this NSR tactical shout out to James Yeager, rest in peace. He turned me on to these guys on the 4 o'clock. And when I'm not rocking an NSR Tactical, I rock it with the T-Rex arms. I got it. The color is cringe, but it was like free. But yeah, appendix. So it's like freaking Outlaw said, this thing, like you can tell by the amount of wear on this thing. This thing goes with me pretty much everywhere for whatever reason. Like it's the smallest gun that I can shoot the best, right? So
I love how they're both just like no shield mags because I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah.
yes,
Dude, I've had 3 of them fail on me like bad in
this
classes.
is what they look like for the viewer. They're a
Yeah.
15 round flush fit. My dad bought I think like 10 of them, and then he saw my video. He's like, "What do you mean? You're the one that told me to buy them." I was like, "Go get some stock Glock mags. Trust me."
Take 'em back.
Yeah, take it back because they will work for the first 6 to 8 months, but eventually, for whatever reason, they just stop
The
working.
springs aren't the same, I would guess. Too
Yeah, I
much
have
tension
a
up
bunch
in
of the
that
springs.
little
Right.
box.
I have a base plate for one of their 20 rounders. The Shield 20 rounders are completely unreliable after the first couple months. This is one of the base plates, so you guys know I'm not lying to you.
Welcome
it's
to Nuke Our Parks, Nuke Our, that's what it is, right? Nuke Our Parks, where we're shitting on Shield magazines today.
I
Welcome to
mean,
Nuke Our Shield
nice
mags.
try.
Bro, can we
Shit.
throw in like that roll
Shit on
that
our
beautiful
parts.
bean footage here? Like,
I have it. This is semi-professional. I could roll that, but I don't have the logos or anything. This is a joint effort. We need our own logo. That's what we need. Something that I can have embossed up in the corner. Some fancy shit. A nuke going off and just destroying a playground.
I'll tell
right,
Jayton to build it.
What's your favorite gun thoughts? What's your
Okay.
favorite of all time? Stock.
So we're doing the stock Glock, right?
The stock Glock, favorite stock of all time.
Okay, it's probably the 34 because this is the most stock Glock that I have on hand right now. Yeah, it's just good. It's long and weird looking, and this one has Dawson precision sights on it, and it's got a tungsten guide rod in it and all that crap. And I ground the little thumb ledges off with a Dremel and then just paved over this bitch like a parking lot, if you can see that.
Yeah.
Silicon carbide.
Aggressive.
So you can hold on to it a little bit better. And so I guess it's really not stock, but it's the most stock one that I have. So it's my favorite stock Glock.
Well, if you had any Glock, is that like of all your Glocks? Is there another one that's stock that you like more? Because I have a bunch here that I can hold up.
So I have 2 Glocks. I have this G45 and I have this G34. This one is also not stock. It has like a little ported barrel thing going on and cut for the optic and whatnot. So, between the 2 of those, either of them stock is pretty good,
Okay,
Glocks are Glocks.
correct.
All right, Risky, what's your favorite, bro?
My favorite glizzy, no condiments, is going to be the 17. Super
What?
plain. Yeah, dude.
17.
Love a 7. It's the first one, dude. You can't go wrong. It's the
I like
20-inch
that choice.
barrel of the Glock.
Yeah.
Right?
You got
I like
me
that choice.
weird on that one.
Yeah, dude.
I think
I
that
also
that's a good
substitute
choice.
this with a 19 RTF. Gen 3
That's good
RTF.
too. Yeah.
with the little
because all
scallops.
Glocks are the same gun.
Yeah, dude.
And that's the original one, so it must be the best.
I like it. This one does not. This has a Johnny Glock trigger in it, which is nice, and then it's got Trigicons, the new thin post ones in the front. But that's
What's
it.
your guys?
I thought you were going to say
favorite color?
Glock 49. I thought you were going to say 49 Risky. I really did.
Fuck the 49. What's your guys'
I like the
favorite
40
color of front sight post?
I
You're
went
right.
to go get a 49. I literally was in the store. He'd got the box out, and I was just handling it, and I was like, I like the 45 more. In theory, and I hate saying that, like I literally was shitting on the 45 from the second I heard of it, and I was like, give me a 17 barrel and a 19 frame. They made it. I held it in my hand, and I was like, I didn't like it.
So I did.
don't know
I
why.
did the same thing. So I have a. Remember back in the Magpul days, I have an AT. I got a Glock 17 with a ATEI cut slide and a Boresight Solutions cut to a Glock 19, and I carried that for 5 years. I bet I have. I can't even maybe 25, 30,000 rounds down that as just a carry gun. But then when I got this one, I'm like you, bro. Like I maybe like the Glock 45 a little more than I like this, but this is what I was bitching at them for not making when they released the Glock 45.
I was doing the same thing. But here's where it really pays off for me. When I appendix carry, so if I put a stock 19 versus a stock 17, it's easier, obviously, for me to get the 17 out because of the grip size. So I like that more. And if I'm going to run an optic on it, who cares about the sight radius? I don't want it poking me in the junk. That shorter barrel is going to help for that, right? So when I throw the optic in the mix, yeah, you get the lethality of the barrel length, but who cares? That's minimal between the 17 and 19 lengths. So that's why I think the 45 is actually, it's better than I even gave it credit for when it first came out.
Well, so let's not take away that if you don't have a red dot, the sight radius would be like better to have a full slide. I mean, it just would be like the full 17. Yeah. To have the sight radius, not lethality. I would not have looked at it as lethality is how fast the bullet's traveling, but I would have said sight radius because the longer the pistol, hence the Glock 34, the 17L, the better we shoot with them, right? But
there was this guy, he was trying not to dox him. He was a squad leader of mine when I was in the 82nd, and this guy, we called him Steve-O, not Sergeant. We called him Steve-O. He wanted us to call him that. He liked Jägermeister a lot. Pretty cool dude. He would wear, I don't want to say what we would identify this guy as. He's a white guy, but he didn't act like a white guy. So I'm not going to say the name on here. But he wore and one like basketball shorts, real long, right? Loved it. And he would Mexican carry a Glock 17L everywhere we went. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's in his basketball shorts. Like, I love it. Just salty as can be. He transferred to our unit because we were deploying. He just does that. Just deploying every day of his life or every year, and then Mexican carrying Glock 17Ls in public.
You know, as
Fayetteville, baby. Trench knows too much. He's keeping his mouth shut. He doesn't want to say anything.
All right, Outlaw, second gun. Well,
Dude,
everyone in the comments always says, hey, Trench, are you in the Army? So I got to stop even referencing what I do. I just sit here now. Outlaw, what's your second most favorite stock Glock of all time?
Oh, stock Glock.
Yes.
Glock 19.
Just a Gen 5, Gen 3?
I don't care. I literally have every gen of a Glock 19 because they came in Gen 2 starting. So I've got a Gen 2, I got a Gen 3, I got a Gen 4, and this is a Gen 5.
Okay.
I don't care. They're all fine.
Okay, so Glock 19. Mine's super similar. I was torn. So for the viewer, I was super torn. This is my Glock 19 Gen 5 with the same sight picture. It's the orange Trigicon with the black rear or whatever. I put the same sights on all of them when I run irons. So here's my 19 I was going to pick. But then I realized when I was thinking about all the rounds I put through them, my 19X is really the one that I've shot probably the most. And it's probably the best shooting stock Glock I've ever shot because they wear in really nice. Obviously, it's the same as the 45. This one was just tan when I got it. But yeah, the 19X is probably my favorite because you get that full grip when you get that first grip on the draw. You have a full good grip on the gun, and if you actually drive the gun like you're supposed to and hold it at eye level, dude, this thing tracks really nice for a 19X slide or 19 slide with the 17 grip. So yeah, if I had to pick one duty gun that was stock and I had to trust my life for the rest of my life, it would be the 19X because I can run the 19 round.
Duty gun.
Well, I'm just saying for my thoughts into it because I already picked my carry. My most carried gun is my 43X. My most shot stock gun is this 19X. That is just, to me, it's like my Boba Fett gun. I carried it in Alaska for years, and like after I sold my 44 mag and I sold my Glock 20 because I realized that you can get buffalo bore 9mm with 20 rounds out of a 19X, and I shoot this thing freaking awesome. And I've competed on Steel Challenge and USPSA with this thing. Just limited, I think is what it's called. Someone will correct me. But just, yeah, this thing is freaking sweet.
I've never competed with a handgun, but I've robbed a Wendy's and it worked really well. So, in real life application. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you get a junior bacon cheeseburger?
Dude, that's the only way to go.
Spicy chicken
Are you
sandwich.
kidding me? Yeah.
Put your
Junior
freaking
bacon
hands up.
cheeseburger. Light mustard. Don't go overboard with the mustard.
If you haven't had the spicy chicken sandwich, there's like a new one. I'm on a bulk right now, so I'm eating like a ton
He's
of
bulking.
food. Yeah.
I've been on a
got
bulk.
my,
I need to stop bulking. I've been doing it for a few years.
Shout out to my old Comanche buddies up in Alaska. I got the mug out for the thing. Freaking Arctic Airborne Ranger. My dude.
Karahi.
But what was I gonna say? What were we just talking? Oh, the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, dude. If you're gonna rob a Wendy's, the spicy chicken one is like a limited time one.
I'd borderline rob a Burger King for the onion rings and the zesty sauce.
Gun Thoughts is like slowly trying to get out of frame. He's like,
I need to.
Why are we
My
talking
internet
about
connection's
robbing
going down.
Wendy's?
That was the first thing that came to mind.
I'm going through a tunnel.
I like the
It's not
19
really
as
nice.
my number 2. This one's a 45 slide on a 19 because I just like the color. But yeah,
So everyone's picking a 19, is what I'm guessing.
19.
Dude,
Some
for the second
form of
one,
the 19. Gun Thoughts.
You gotta
what is
let
yours?
Gun
I'm
Thoughts.
gonna
What is
say
it?
19
Yeah, God.
it's the most practical one for most people.
Yep.
But I'm gonna actually say the 45 because I like it a little bit more.
So we all said the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half of us said the 19X/45,
Yeah.
and half of us said the 19. But honestly, if we had 4 beers, we'd probably change our mind. We'd be like, oh, the capacity, or shorter grip.
You
So-
guys haven't had
I
4
just-
beers yet?
I like the
No.
45.
The only one?
It's good.
It's
What
not
time
5
is it?
o'clock here.
So
Hey.
It's still AM. Is that right?
Ken Hackathorn also chooses the Glock 45. It's his favorite.
Just
all
a
right,
good
so we're
Glock.
on to our favorite, basically your favorite Glock. Oh,
Tricked out Glock.
Oh.
Right?
If we're
The
being
customized
honest-
one.
right. And
It's my new Terran Tactical. Like I bought a Terran Tactical just to throw it on YouTube because nobody believed I would. And then they think I did it off camera. I'm like, I fucking didn't. I'll do it again. Hold on. But that fucking gun shoots like a fucking champ. I just have no idea what I did with it. I hope I didn't leave it on the range. I might have.
It's just in the gravel on the range.
No, so my range isn't gravel. It's like clay dirt. So there was one that I did when I went down and helped my buddy that owns the company Cat, the silencers. And they had a bunch of rocks. And so I didn't throw my guns. Like I'm not trying to destroy them, but just regular ground. I'm happy to throw them.
Yeah,
James
there's a
Yeager,
Terran
he would
Tactical
like that,
Glock
didn't he?
just buried
Wasn't that
in the
his
mud
thing?
somewhere?
James Yeager has a deal where he's the one that kind of made me start it because one of the things he does is you're holding your pistol and he says, like if you see a cop and the cop's like, drop your gun, just literally drop your gun. I think that's sound advice. And it kind of got me thinking, yeah, like I did it in his deal with this $4,000 Thunder Ranch 1911. The only thing I made sure of is I had it on safety when I dropped it. But other than that, I dropped it.
It's not a
And
smart
that's what
idea to
kinda
say,
started-
what, this gun? Point real fast towards him. Don't do that.
What do
This
you
gun, that
mean?
gun.
I'm helping.
Don't worry. I'm one of you guys.
Freaking helping.
All right.
All right. Well, mine is questionable, but I freaking love this gun. It's a Shadow Systems MR920.
Oh, that's not a Glock. Get it out of here.
We said
That's,
Gucci.
that's dirty. It's not Glock, bro. This is
It's a
gas
freaking
Glock.
It's
It's
dirty.
dirty.
Get it out of here.
It's my favorite one. It's right here. I love it. It's basically a 19. It's just a 19 with a threaded barrel, or not a threaded barrel, like a cut barrel.
A twisty
Fluted
barrel.
is the word you're
Yeah,
looking
and it's
for.
got all the
Fluted.
things. I got something on there, a little thingy. But yeah, either this Shadow Systems MR920 or this weapon is hot.
Whoa,
This
he just
MR, or what is it called? DR920L. Okay, so it's just
L
a Glock,
is right.
yeah, it's
Where
just a
did-
Glock 34.
where
I
did
got
that
a.
one just come from? That just came out of like your ass or something.
What do you mean?
You're not. You can't. You
just like
concealing
yeah,
that?
you just like oh, okay. It looked like you like reached around behind yourself and just like
I thought that was
Ugh.
inside the waist. I was
This
like,
is my standard like house carry. It's
Okay.
comfortable.
your house carry? Yeah.
Yeah, it's comfortable. I got a light on it outside the waistband. I got a light. I got a freaking what is it? The 509 or no?
My
the
house
EPS.
carries a revolver, Trench. What do you think about that?
Oh my god, the
My
EPS.
house carry
Yeah,
is just whatever gun I have.
A
in my
snub
hands.
nose
I'm
is
dry
what it is.
firing
It's
at the
that.
moment.
It's right there.
that's my house carry, dude. You guys don't have like on days like today, like I've already gone to the gym. I'm gonna either film a video downstairs on a battle drill, or I'm gonna play Call of Duty. So I'm gonna
Nice
have a
little
house.
Saturday.
I'm gonna have a house carry gun. You know what I'm saying?
The cowboy hat. This video gets better and better. Between the 48 being the number one gun and the cowboy hat and that monstrosity you just pulled out of your ass. This is like top tier stuff, dude. I
There's
love
the
it.
intro, Trench. That's your intro.
I'm not editing this. You are. I'm sick of
Trench is robbing a Wendy's.
I'm
He
sick of
Everybody.
just
editing,
reached
Outlaw.
back there, and then it's just Kydex noise, and he's like, "This gun is hot."
The Joker gun comes out, just super long.
It's a Glock 34, man. Oh, these rounds have been freaking spicy lately. The 124 grain SIG V crowns.
You got to go with these, dude.
What is it?
The G9.
Bring it closer. 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 Closer.
Is that the one that like looks like a screwdriver or something?
All right,
Yeah, they're
both-
really light, but they're made out of copper.
Okay.
Guys, I'm changing it for both of y'all. Don't let me forget after this. All three of you. I'm going to introduce you to my friend Pete that owns Defiant Munitions. They used to own Corbon. Do you know what Lehigh defense bullets are?
Yeah.
It's like the cut.
Okay, it's
right?
like it's like the Lehigh. So it opens up to like, it starts out this little bitty thing and it really opens up. And he's got, of course, as a bullet manufacturer, whenever there's a civilian CCW or law enforcement shooting, they usually call the bullet manufacturer and they're like, "Hey, I used your bullet." Oddly enough, well, he's had a bunch of them in this 135. I did a full ballistics gel test and cut that shit out, Trench. Get that fucking thing out of here. It scares me.
What is that?
I did a full ballistic gel test, and I was like, instead of shooting close like everybody else, I'm gonna back up to like, this is an American gunfight 10 yards. Dude, it outperformed Gold Dot. It outperformed everything. But I'm gonna hook y'all up, and he's gonna send you some ammo. He's top notch.
You keep saying that. You told me you were going to give me a PEC 15.
I've
Every
got
day.
a bunch of pick 15s
I'm still waiting on a
right here.
suppressor.
Every day
Hey,
I grab my coffee.
Your suppressor paperwork is done on my end. I got a PEC 15 right here, Trench. They're like, I'm not going to tell you how much they are online, but if you call me, and I've got like 22 of these brand new.
I can't do it. They're black. I only do the
thoughts.
tan ones.
I got a couple of UHPs.
He does this every time. He'll come in here with his PEC 15s, and you know what I say to that?
This is the new SEAL Team 6 Noveski, the Forbidden Noveski.
You know what I say to that, Outlaw?
He's riding
I love how
shotgun,
we're
y'all.
just hypothetically flagging each other on camera.
I feel threatened by this.
Just
Yeah, you
flag
should.
through the
This is
phone.
not a Wendy's, Trench. I need to get one of those little shotguns. I had one and I got rid of it because it almost broke my wrist. But the more I think about it, it's like the ultimate prepper shotgun. Having that you can sling on your side. Who was it? Modern Tactical Shooting. Jeff Gerwich was talking about it.
Dude,
It's
I
the
put
closest
some
thing to
freaking-
one of those little Remingtons, the SOCOM Remingtons that you can get.
I really
put
like that
freaking,
guy, Jeff Gerwich. He was talking about having one of those. Now I'm going to get one because I like that guy.
Go look at his video on like the history of shotguns and special forces, and he basically jerry rigs like a 1-point sling to one of those shockwaves, and then he has it on a hook on his belt as a breacher gun. But I think that's the best use for it, right? What are you going to carry a 20-inch barrel 590A1 as your secondary on some crazy LARP patrol when the world ends? Probably not. That might be a
No,
little bit.
I'm gonna carry
heavy.
my Spaz 12.
Yeah.
Oh, the Spaz 12 video.
Clever
is
girl.
freaking hilarious. It's like, this thing is just inherently bad.
Yeah, it's
We don't know what to
terrible.
tell you.
It's awful. It's the only shotgun I own. It's terrible, but it makes the sound that the Halo shotgun does when you shoot it. So
What?
that is
What sound is that?
that's worth it. It's like chunk,
Pew, pew.
really nice.
Love
like,
it.
Mechanical sounding. It's just great.
Very
Whiskey, which one's the best one? Is it the Shockwave?
I had the Remington 871, the wood one. and it was sex. It looked cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
What you got to do
what they have in stock.
when you get one, I think it's mandatory. I think I think I looked up the law. Someone will have to call their lawyer. So what you do is you buy the Shockwave, right? And before you even get home, you already have Velcro on the side for your S-Tac, okay? You already have the Velcro on there. And then you already have the skateboard tape or the hockey tape on the grip, right? That way you can really get a good, give them a good hip fire blast when they come in. You know what I'm saying?
Can't you just form one of those?
Yes.
That's taking like 2 weeks right now.
Yeah.
Is it really? That's
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
fast.
Get a
That's
Shockwave and then form one it, and 2 weeks later you can throw a stock on it. That'd be the shit.
Dude,
Right
there's a lot of different Shockwaves. How do you know which one you want? Oh, and they got the Remington. It's a TAC 14.
the
All
TAC
right.
14. Yeah.
Did you know that you actually don't have to wait 2 weeks to put the stock on it?
I like where this is going.
You could just do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not legal advice.
Oh yeah. So there we go.
None of this is legal advice.
Nothing's stopping you besides the
Right.
monopoly on violence.
Right.
Somebody
You
in
know
the
that.
risk.
That's
The
that's
risk.
the real problem right there,
Yeah.
yes.
Somebody in the comments is going to complain about the level of flagging. To you, mister, I say, everybody
You know
grab
what?
something.
You know what I say to
mister,
you? I don't care.
Go away.
I
You need
I
your
just feel
last
empowered
ball.
doing this. I'm gonna go get Wendy's after we're done.
Hey, you guys want to go to Wendy's?
Hey, all right. I got a question for you on the shotgun because I'm going to buy one. You want me to buy you one and bring it to you at SHOT Show, Risky? Let's see.
Sure. Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're using it for a breaching gun, do you really want to take the safety? Because 870 versus Mossberg, the one difference in it is the slug changeovers is easier with a Remington, right? With a Remington, you want to do a slug changeover, just pump it down, push this shell back up, pump this one out, put your slug in, shoot. The Mossberg, you can't do that. So the Mossberg, you got to eject, roll, slug changeover. But if you're only using it for breaching rounds, then why not just have the Mossberg to have the safety back here instead of down here? And then you could use the safety with either hand that you were breaching with.
I'm a Mossberg guy because of the safety and the metal housing and the dual arms or the dual ejector or the way the ejector is attached, because I tend to break the 870 ones and they're riveted on. But the aesthetics of that wood one are fucking nice on the Remington. I would say though, yeah, definitely get the Mossberg if you're looking straight for breaching with it, because where the safety is. But you're only going to carry, like, here's my thought. I'm going to keep buckshot on the side saddle, and I'm going to use that as crowd control, blast it off the street if I need to at people. I could get up close and hit somebody, but then I'm going to run actual breaching rounds in it, but I'm going to have it dry. So I'm just going to have the trigger pulled, safety off, and nothing in the stove, and then just rack it and shoot, and then you leave it like that until you're ready to shoot it again. So you leave it with an empty one in on fire. So it's still safe.
On fire? It's on fire.
Yeah. No, so
Yeah.
patrol carry.
Keep it
so
on fire.
This chamber is empty, right?
Yeah.
Everyone sees that? Chamber is empty. Tube is relatively full. I'll put one more in because what if someone breaks in? Cool.
This is going to be awesome when Trench just blows a hole in his ceiling in
So
about
check it.
10
In
seconds.
this chamber,
Boom! That's the
weapon on
entry.
fire.
Better you than
Empty
me,
chamber,
bro.
weapon on fire. This is called patrol carry. Obviously, it would have a stock on it, but
That's how I leave my shotguns. Leave the magazine, trigger, just
That
like a
way-
Glock. Trigger pulled, empty chamber, full magazine.
right, patrol
Same
carry.
concept.
Oh,
That way-
so that's not how I do mine. So my shotguns and my AR-15s, I leave magazine loaded or magazine tube loaded, the gun unloaded. But all of my pistols, they're hot. Like if you touch a pistol in my house, it has a bullet in it. But in the way we were taught was, military teaching is that's a dead man's gun. I get it. But everyday civilian teaching, most people are going to pick your gun up and pull the trigger. So I want that first one to be like, oh, and then if they load it, they're like, ah, shit. So if I'm not in control of the gun all the time, with the exception of a pistol, you have to cock my guns.
I'm the same way.
But-
The only reason I have them like this is for here because I'm not unloading the magazines. But I pretty much solely run Glocks and revolvers, Trench. But all the Glocks have one in the tube, maxed out capacity. Unlike rifles, where I'll download 2 from the magazine, I'm keeping Glock mags filled full, plus one in the chamber, and they're in a Kydex holster. So that's the thing. They stay in the Kydex. If they're in the Kydex holster, they're hot.
I have a gun. In my house, in every room that you go to, within 3 steps, you can touch a loaded pistol in my house. I did that on purpose.
Cow.
But my kids are all old enough now that they understand, like, this is when somebody comes in the house, we're going to shoot them.
See, I actually disagree with that. I actually disagree because
I'll pick them up and I'll start dry firing them, and yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous when you pick them up and start dry firing.
So I disagree. So I think you should amber. So here we go. At work, the way we typically tell people to do it is if you're in a structure or in a controlled environment. So if you're in the wire, right? So if you're on the fob, on the cop, in the patrol bay, or not really in a patrol base, but in a secured environment, aka your home, it should be amber. So empty chamber, loaded mag, just like that. That's how you stage it in your home because it's a controlled environment. There's no reason. There's never going to be a scenario where it's like, oh my God, boom. It's going to be done.
Totally is. That's the whole reason why I have it that way. 100% disagree.
Yeah, 100% disagree. There's thousands of scenarios that are on the internet right now, bro. Like 7 dudes broke into this house the other night, and they were lucky that the guy wasn't there. But
I've literally caused a malfunction with a pistol in Iraq trying to shoot somebody because I was under stress. Had it been in the chamber, none of that would have happened. So I literally lived that. And I'm like, no, never again. I'm never going to have a handgun with a safety. And I'm always going to have it ready to go. Because if I go to it, it's not because I'm fucking playing. It's because I need to kill somebody because my life or my family's life.
You talking about a staged weapon or the weapon on you?
All handguns, always loaded unless I'm fucking around on YouTube.
The only weapon I keep loaded is the one that's actually on my person, okay?
No, every pistol is loaded and hot.
Yep,
all rifles and shotguns are cruiser ready.
Because by the time they're in your house, you don't have time to cock your damn gun.
And I'm not carrying one on my hip in the house. They're everywhere. So I know if I'm in this room, right here. If I'm over there, oh, it's up here. Or it's in the dirty clothes. Right?
Now you're also arming people, but...
myself.
They don't know where they are. And you're right. I'm arming my family to where if somebody came in and I was on the couch, one of my kids will walk out and shoot you. Or my wife will walk out and hose you.
If I'm downstairs, I don't want, because again, I'm not going to carry most of the time concealed or on my hip inside my house. But I know if somebody busts through the front door and I'm over here in the kitchen, well, oh shit, for them, because I got a Glock in the drawer and it's ready to go and I'm going to shoot them. So if I'm upstairs and I hear it, oh, well, luckily behind the curtain here, there's a AR-15 and I can pull it out and charge it and shoot down the stairs at them. Right? In every room, my wife and family that know where the guns are.
All right, gun thoughts. How do you leave your guns, bro? You leave them all unloaded?
I leave them when I'm at home. At most, there's a loaded mag in it, but the chamber's empty because, like I said, you see the dry fire targets right here. I'll pick them up, and I will assume they're loaded or unloaded. I mean, in the chamber because that's just how I do it, and I'll maybe I'll check, maybe I'll start dry firing. So that's just how I do it.
That's funny. I could tell you're a good shooter because how much you just sit there and fuck with your guns. I do the same thing all day. Like I'll be on the phone with my buddies or like on a business call and they can hear me in the background fucking with my guns.
Yeah, well, I don't have any cool stories about shooting people, so I figured I would just get a little dry fire in right now while you guys were taking care of that part. So
here's what I'll say.
It wasn't that cool of a story. I missed.
Oh, okay.
Here's the crazy thing though that I want to point out. So, Outlaw, your family is trained to a safe level, understanding weapons, right? Risky, your family is trained and understands the safe handling of weapons. They understand the battle.
My family, and so I think most guys would agree with this. While I trust my wife, she has a concealed carry license. She goes shooting with me. She's not trained to the level I'm trained at as a man of the house. And maybe,
but she knows not to pick up a gun and crank off a round.
She knows just enough to know that if she picks up a gun, it's fucking loaded. So, and I think that's better than being like, is it loaded? Is it not? If all of them are loaded, guess what? You know all the guns are loaded. Once that's been determined, there's
Exactly.
no question.
Treat all guns as if they're always loaded.
Because they are. They're literally,
Okay.
in this house, they're all loaded all the time.
But how many kids are fucking killed every year because their parents leave
That
the
is,
fucking gun?
that's the judgment of the parent, and if they're fucking leaving it with around kids that cannot be trusted or too
That's the
young,
issue.
then that's on the parents. The kids
is.
can't even consent, right? So it's literally not on them. They don't know what
That's
they're
the
doing.
problem I have with it. Is
You have to have them in a place where the children can't get them. So, like, if you have kids that are crawling, then probably in the liquor cabinet above where your fridge is, those two little the things that, that's probably a decent place, or on top of the cabinets themselves.
Kid. So the
All right,
average,
hey, wait.
My 12-year-old
wait.
kid's going to go shooting with me. When my kid turns 7, they're going to have a Henry
I'm
rifle.
not talking about your kid. I'm talking about the average dirtbag dad that has his Glock 19, the average deadbeat that doesn't train their kid, that doesn't freaking father their kid because we have.
They're probably not watching this.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised, dude, because the average, like, dirtbag dad is not going to train their kid. And what do kids want to do? They want.
If you're an untrained piece of shit, then don't keep weapons around your kids. Put them in a safe because you don't know what you're doing. And you're going to get somebody killed.
But
If
Trench,
you take
listen,
it seriously, that's a
let
different.
me give you some fatherly advice. And I got this advice from James Yeager, but I had already applied it before I had met him. This is a Glock 49. This Glock 49 is empty. When I have a little kid, instead of this is a no-no, when they want to see this, I'm like, here, let's make sure we don't point this here. Let's see if you can touch this. And guess what? When they can touch it, they don't want to touch it. When they want to touch it, it's because it's like, no, don't you do it. But they see you messing with it. But you're like, don't you touch this gun. Don't you touch it. And then so you make them, they're like, well, dad does it. Mom does it. I want to do it too. But if you're just like, no, come here, look,
But
they won't fuck with it.
Parenting advice, though, but
you're preaching to the choir.
you got to open up to the kid. You got to tell them, hey, this is real life. Like at some point, they're going to be like, what happened to the dog? Why is it still sleeping? It's like, it's dead. People die. Guns. It's why I tell you don't run to the street, because if you get hit by a car, you're going to go to the hospital. I might not see you again. You might not come home and see mommy and daddy. It's the same thing with this. Yeah, this is just a tool. It's like a hammer or the knives in the kitchen. This is dangerous. Be smart. Don't touch it without me here. If you see it, come and tell me, that sort of thing. And then get them exposed to it to where they're proficient with it, and it's not a problem. It's literally you take the stigma away, and then you prepare them. It's a good life lesson, and they're not living in a fantasy land.
Most parents are
Right.
not taking.
And I have a huge problem. I don't know how to articulate this well, but since we're talking about it, fuck it. If they're listening to us 50 minutes in, then they really want to be here, and they probably agree with us.
True.
We as conservatives, all right, and gun owners, we are allowing the liberals to come in and we say, well, the liberals who doesn't matter what the fuck we do, they're never going to like guns. Doesn't matter. They're always going to go against them. But let's try to make it to where we scare the shit out of everybody with these, and we're so fucking safe that we're scared to fucking touch them. And we come up with all these new rules besides the original 4 safety rules that are the only rules that really matter. And like, look how many people comment on my shit. You're not safe. Motherfucker, I didn't break one of those 4 rules, not one time. But what you're doing is you're saying...
Throwing empty guns.
Yeah, you're saying, okay, listen, I'm going to use the liberal logic and try to make guns overly safe with new bullshit rules. And what you're doing is you're liberalizing gun control for liberals who don't give a shit what we do for them. Should there be some things that we need to do as conservatives for real arguments for gun safety? Absolutely. But they're already done. But we just keep trying to make it worse and worse. Oh, don't have it loaded. Oh, don't do it over here. Oh, don't point it at the fucking camera. Like, if you follow the same 4 rules and you don't scare your guns of kids and make your kids think that they can't touch them, but everybody else can, I think you'll be fine.
I think we got to worry more about people's holster selection. Get a Kydex. Don't be getting nylon holsters. That'd probably help a lot more people out.
Yeah, I'm only worried
point
about
is
myself
that the
picking
point
up
we're
and
trying to
shooting a
make-
hole in the wall. I'm irresponsible as fuck, guys.
Dude, the hole in the wall from dry firing is a real potential.
The point we're trying to make
Gotta be
is, if
careful.
you're a
Hasn't happened
parent,
yet because I have a good system.
There you go.
Yes.
if you're a parent watching this and you're being lackadaisical with your firearms and making it like a thing, what is it? Like the untouchable thing in the house, like a pot of gold that only dad can touch and only mom can touch, but you can't touch the pot of gold. You have to, I guess, socialize or normalize having weapons and teaching your kids, right? The problem I've seen too much of is negligent discharges or unintentional suicides, right? By people being negligent with their weapons. So just train your kids. And if they ask to see the guns, take them to the safe, show them how to clear it, show them how it works, talk to them about the 4 rules of weapon safety. Because my dad was a cop, and what did he make me do? I was like, Dad, can I go see the 1911? Because I saw Band of Brothers. Yeah. First, tell me the 4 rules of weapon safety. So I would tell him the 4 rules of weapon safety. Okay. I'm going to show you how to clear it, and then you show me how to clear it. But a lot of parents aren't doing that.
What's the best gun to get a kid, their first gun?
Mine was a 22, just to teach me the rules.
Did you say Glock 34 gun thoughts?
Yep, Glock 34. Either that
gauge.
or, there's one of these,
12.
the FB Radom Barrel. It's a 5.56 AK. Best gun for your kid right there. Boom.
I like that.
So I trained my kids on. I realized this the other day. Okay, so I trained my girls. I don't have any boys. I clearly can't produce boys, but my girls will fuck your boys up. I trained them on a Ruger 1022 that was purposely heavy so that they could learn how to shoot. And then I kept them away from a shotgun, and I wish I wouldn't have. And then instead of going to like a micro pistol like my Glock 48 when I was training them to shoot, I trained them on a Glock 34 because it doesn't recoil as much. And everybody's like, oh, it's too big for their hands. Fuck that. It's not too big for their hands. And it doesn't recoil a bunch. And then they all, like, if they're going to shoot you, they're going to shoot you with a Glock 48 if you fuck with them. But they don't spend a lot of time on their Glock 48. They spend it on their Glock 34. Here's what I wish I would have done, though. So where we are, we hunt a lot, bro. Like, I spent my life in West Texas, Eastern New Mexico, outside with a shotgun, shooting rabbits and birds and quail and dove and whatever else. And this year was the first year that I took my girls out with a shotgun because I thought that they were going to be recoil sensitive, which that was dumb. They weren't recoil sensitive at all. All you have to do is get their adrenaline up just a little bit when they start shooting it, and you're fine. And we shot everything. And so now I'm having to teach them, like, hey, girls, now we're walking down the road with this shotgun. There's a can. Shoot the can. Boom. Like you can just shoot a shotgun a lot. So I'm going to go with Risky's deal right there and say, dude, a shotgun is like, as soon as they can shoot a shotgun, get them a shotgun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you about the pistol thing. I mean, it was a little bit sarcastic when I said the 34, obviously, like a 22 would be good for children probably. But when I am taking people who are newer to the range, or I don't think that they have especially great grip strength, something like a Glock 48 is not even something that I would consider at all, because this is significantly easier for someone to learn on and hold on to. And it doesn't feel like it's trying to punch you in the face when you shoot it. So
the larger the handgun, the smaller the caliber, the easier it is to shoot.
Yeah, something like that.
More or less.
Are you going to Vegas?
For SHOT Show?
Yeah.
No.
So just me and Risky.
No one's going to Vegas, okay?
Dude, I just got back
Risky's
from
gone.
Nevada for PCSL. I don't want to go back. I don't like that.
I've been thinking about they have I think it's an SKS, a mini 22 long rifle SKS. I've been considering that for him. Or like a Henry 22.
I think that's what I had. Mine was like, my dad got me a single shot 22. And then when I grew up a little bit more, it was the M1 carbine, right? So
A carbine, that'd be a good
That's
one.
a good idea.
M1 carbine.
Dude.
And then after, it was funny. I grew up. So
Because then I can have it too, because he's little.
22 to the M1 carbine to, I think he had like an M16 A2, and then it was the M1 Grand. That was like my childhood. Obviously, in that category, I could shoot anything with that level of recoil and below. And then for handguns, I think he did it wrong. If my dad ever sees this, he gave me a Glock 23. That was my first gun, was a Glock 23. Because I wanted.
He probably just didn't like it himself. He's like,
it was my fault. Well, so he carried
a 19.
He carried a 40 because he was a cop.
Yeah,
So
I don't think he did it wrong, Trench. You're missing gun culture back then. gun culture back then, a 9mm was unacceptable. It was like what we say about a 380 right now. Like,
Right.
yeah, in the late 90s, early 2000s, bro, I wouldn't have, like, I didn't own a 9mm, period. Until Gold Dot came out with Plus P ammo and the FBI did those reports, 40 was it.
My first handgun was a Glock 23.
Mine too.
First one.
And I think for me, it was because you know how you go to a course, you go to like a shooting course now, and you always want to know what the instructor's carrying and how much it has worked for them.
Staccatos.
Well, I think growing up, it was like, Dad, what have you carried for the past 2 decades of being a cop? Oh, you carried a Glock 22? Okay, well, that's a little bit big. What's smaller that you would recommend? Of course, what is he going to say? The Glock 23. So it's like, okay, well, my dad's been being a cop for this whole time, and he's been successful. So I had no even idea of the 9mm. What was it?
Nothing
20?
fancy, and Hickok 45 influenced my decision to get a 23.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I had a Glock 22 because as soon as I graduated high school, I went to be a deputy sheriff. Like literally graduated high school, went to be a deputy sheriff. Glock 22 was my first one. But we cut our teeth. I had a mean ass old uncle who really made a bunch of boys men. He's not mean. I'm just playing with you. But he had a Lou Horton 44 Magnum, and he'd be like, "All right, boys," we'd be like 10. All right, if you want to go hunting with us, if you want to hang out with us today, you're going to shoot this 6 times as fast as you can. We'd be like crying out there, "Oh, this sucks," but we'd do it. Yeah.
That sounds like horrible advice.
It's great advice. It makes fucking men out of boys. That's the problem is right now we keep boys because we're like, oh, we don't want to hurt them. Fuck that. Kick them down the road. Fucking make them do hard shit.
How about we teach them how to actually hit something with a handgun instead of just break their wrist with a stupid caliber?
It's half the fun, though, is fucking with your little nephews, getting them to
That's right.
Huge
It's
guns.
half the fun.
Dude, they're your nephews. Are you kidding me? Fuck their wrists up. Yeah, fuck their wrists.
My dad, I remember.
Tell your dad. Yeah.
We had a 7mm mag, and my dad was like, "Oh, this kicks too much." Yeah, it's like part of growing your confidence, and like, no, Dad, I can handle the kick of this gun. You know what I mean?
We need more guys hazing their nephews, is what we need.
That's right. That's exactly what we need.
I think people need to go to the freaking. Listen, this shouldn't be where we're punishing people. If you want to get better and get stronger and become a better person, go lift some freaking weights and actually get good at lifting weights. If you want to become lethal and actually effective,
you sound like you're at work right now giving a political answer. No. I say haze your nephews.
Haze them, get them in wrestling. That's what I don't even wrestle, and I realize my kids are going to be wrestlers because it'll save their life when they're older.
I did wrestle.
If I took everybody in here through a regular leg day, you guys would realize you don't need to go out and shoot a 44 to have a kid grow up. Have them go in the weight room when it's time, hit the right weights, and I guarantee you when you go to squats and realize what the safety bars on the left and right are for, they're for you to go to failure. Once you realize that kind of struggle, you realize this is where you become competent and lethal. You become an adult in the freaking gym and through some heartbreak, okay?
All right, Risky, we're going to be his uncle and haze him together now.
God dang it. You guys already did over the revolver thing.
God dang.
You did that too, so.
I had so many comments saying, I bet you're out hating revolvers right now, Trench. Oh, gun thoughts. What are your thoughts on revolvers in 2024? Because they might see this in 2024 as a carry gun.
We got old Tom Platts with us today, telling us about squats and guns.
So I'm going to say that I would prefer to not carry a revolver or one of those little baby Glocks because they both suck.
This isn't a baby Glock.
What is that?
The 19.
Oh, okay. You just have big hands then or something. I would say, no to revolvers for me. That's a no for me.
This is what we're talking about. Gun thoughts is
we never said it'd be a primary gun.
It was never a primary gun. It was your backup gun, and it can go in a Galco leg holster or in a pocket holster, and it is your secondary gun. It is not your primary gun, and it's also a. I go check the mail. I run to the gym. I'm in the middle.
I'm in the hot tub.
On the hot tub. I'm in the middle of an active shooter, and I need to hand this to my kids and say, you sit right here and hide while I go take care of this.
Yeah,
the air weight's my drinking gun.
I think better having a gun is better than not having a gun. But, I'm not on Team Revolver here, I'm going to have to say. No
All right,
revolvers
you're on
for me.
team.
Can I
How
say
old
that
are
on the
you?
internet? The Glock or the Smith & Wesson 642 is my drinking gun. That's what you take
My
out.
drinking
when you're-
gun.
Nope, we're not taking that. If they're this far, if they're an
It's your
hour into
podcast,
this,
dude.
Yeah,
If they're
I'm
an
not
hour
admitting that's a
shorter-
joke. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not advising you to carry guns when
Yeah,
you drink.
it's like
Guns and alcohol don't mix, folks.
listen, Glock 43. I got it out this time. The Glock 43 beats the revolver every day of the freaking week. Because guess what I can do
also-
really quick? Ready? Ready for this? Oh, hold up.
His shield mag just
Hey.
fucked up.
I also hate
Yeah.
the Glock 43. Yeah. Piece of shit gun. Horrible.
What are you
I'll
talking
carry.
about?
I'll take the Smith &
I'll take
Wesson over it.
I think I'm going to take the revolver over the Glock 43.
You're out of your mind.
Yes. Look at this. This podcast, it gets better and better.
That gun is not good. That is a bad gun.
This
The
is a good
revolver-
gun.
No, it's
You
a
thought
bad
your
gun.
23 was snappy. Have you met the
Yeah.
or the 43X?
The revolver is probably going to shoot better, so I'm going to take the revolver over that.
It is
and
not.
When it's empty, I'm just gonna throw
Trench
it away.
goes down again.
It is
Yeah.
not.
What is reloading? Once it's empty, I'm going to throw it at.
Ready?
You know,
Watch.
Ask
See
John
this?
Lennon how that worked out.
This is a detachable 7-round magazine. Oh my
You
my
carrying
God.
an extra? You're carrying an extra mag with it?
No, this is a 7-round.
Then what
you
does
just
it
said
matter?
no. Yeah, then what does it matter?
What does it matter if
Because
you're carrying
I'm not
this
gonna
or that if
bring-
you're not carrying a mag?
That's where I do my
Listen.
dance here.
I'm not bringing a revolver to a gunfight. I'm bringing
Yeah.
a freaking gun to a gunfight.
Oh shit! A revolver's a gun, bro. More, like thousands.
Like
of
I
people been
said, I
killed
carry a
with
revolver. I don't. Let me say this: if I was going to carry a backup gun, it'd be a revolver. I'm not going to carry a backup gun because I don't give a shit because I'm carrying a Glock 19. But if I'm in my bathing suit or I'm allegedly out drinking, there might be a 642 in my pocket.
Gun thoughts? Go
Just
ahead and
kidding,
put your
not when I'm
helmet on.
drinking.
Go ahead and put your helmet on because guess what? We're taking fire from the revolver crowd.
I'm like,
Oh
somewhere in the
Jesus!
middle
No,
here.
he's
I'm gonna-
no, he's
I'm
not on your
mediating
side.
He's on
The
my
Yankee
side.
Marshals in the comments getting upset.
I'm
Listen,
on my own side.
You're on
here. I'm
43.
saying-
You're
He's got a
on Glock
Chiappa
43.
Rhino, and
No,
he wants you
I'm
to buy
saying,
one.
You know, 10-3 AR-15, that probably fits in your pants, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't, go to Costco, get like 2 sizes up on the jeans. They run big anyway. You don't need the revolver. You see how small this is? This
Live
is
in an
much
open
better.
carry state and carry an AR-15 on your back.
If
can
you
still carry
carry
it.
a revolver, I hate you. How about that?
He
Get
hates
that
us.
little purple man out of here. He's freaky. All right, we've been an hour.
grab a
We've been an hour.
Well,
Oh, he's
he's
grabbing
getting
a
a
I'm gonna get a
revolver.
revolver.
I'm grabbing a
I got something for you,
Oh
Trent.
my God, no! How does this happen to me every time?
All right, here we go. Team revolver right here. Here's
What is
the,
that? I
the
can't
backup
tell from-
gun.
What is that? A course?
What
It's
is
a,
that?
Smith & Wesson model something, Bill Davis custom, PPC revolver.
I hate this.
And,
I hate
you know,
the fact that
if
I'm
you
gonna
need a
get
backup
bullied.
gun, this, you know, here we go.
It's a
Oh.
great backup gun.
Oh my God!
Oh,
It just
hey,
goes,
when
Oh
you
my
skin
God.
that smoke wagon, are you
goes.
like,
Ah!
go
it's
ahead,
like all the way down.
make my
the
day?
Right here it is.
You'd like
Here
my
it
buddy
is.
Steve-O.
And then, you know, because it's a revolver, you can just, you point your leg at them and then just
Yeah, shoot
just
through the pants.
You shoot through the pants.
Pardon me?
That's
not
when those
coming.
pants that have the
I'm on
cut or
Team
the
Revolver
zippers,
right now. Team
and you can just
Revolver for
change them
life.
to shorts real quick, come in handy for the revolver in your pants.
Death to Glock 43X, revolver for
You
life.
seen this?
Oh, you're calling out my 43X. Hold on, let me get the 43.
Oh, risky,
You know, any of
risky.
them.
This is the
Yeah, there we
biggest.
go.
It's got dog hair on it. It's
There
the
we go.
biggest piece of shit ever.
No,
This is the
stop
worst
it.
gun I own. I don't know if it works.
What?
Let's find
Go
out.
shoot it.
Let's
I can
find
just
out.
pull the trigger now. And
Go
it's probably loaded
outside.
and it wouldn't work.
Load it and go
Hey,
outside.
what caliber is it?
22.
Oh, I thought it was going to be 25.
It might be a 25. Maybe that's why it doesn't work. 22 short.
Oh, it's a 22 short. That's why it doesn't work.
Hell yeah.
You can't put
Dude,
longs in
it's all
there.
wobbly.
22 shorts are so cool.
It's fun. I got this
That
one
is
for free.
right there. Your CCW.
I might have found this. I don't know. Just
If
on
we
the
ever
side of
end
my
up
wall.
in a gunfight, if we're ever all hanging out doing a collab, we're out, we're getting dinner, chilling with the boys, freaking not drinking, of course, and out of nowhere, we take contact, and you all pull out your 642s.
Why do you
and
think
I'm
I'd have the 642 if we're not drinking?
in Minecraft? Let's say in Minecraft we were drinking.
Am I missing something?
You guys all
purely
pull out your
hypothetical.
your teacup 642
In
teacup
Minecraft.
This is your guys' grip. This is what I imagine. Teacup grip. Put your freaking hands
Dude, I'm
up.
holding my wrist. Are you kidding me?
This is where
That's
you
effective.
fucked up, Trench. This is where you fucked up because you're a cringy kid. Risky and I would have shot him out of our pockets without standing up off of the bar stool.
I'm over here.
While you were still trying to skin your smoke
I'm
wagon.
shooting with my left hand through the pocket as I'm drawing the Glock 19.
He shot him right through the
As
pants.
the Bud
Shot him
Light's
right
getting
through
thrown to the
pants.
side.
I just want you to know, Gun Thoughts, I get bullied. Every time I come here, I'm abused. Okay?
I mean, I'm liking it. I'm piling onto this dynamic. I am ready to just, tear you up here. I don't. It doesn't matter what it is.
Trench our
I don't
parks.
care what they say. Yeah, I'm
Trench our
down for the
parks.
bullying. It's time
Trench
for some
our parks.
hazing. I agree with them. It's time to haze. It's time for some bullying. So
It's
Trench is
it's
looking
funny
like
that
the
Gun
target
Thoughts,
right here.
once we started like hazing Trench, he like gets into this.
Oh yeah,
I hadn't
I'm
said
back
shit
in.
all
I was
podcast.
falling asleep a little bit there because I had nothing to add on the parenting stuff. I'm not a parent, so I didn't want to pretend to
I'm
be.
not a parent either.
But when it's time for bullying, I know a couple things about that. So yeah,
As soon as we start
revolvers,
shitting on one
Trench,
person, it
bam,
gets
bam,
better.
Bam, 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 bam. Yep.
This is my backup gun.
That would have been a great time for a negligent discharge right then.
Bam!
The new intro.
Smoke a hole.
This podcast would have went viral.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just cut
With
that
the
out. I'll go
revolver
grab
in his
around a
pants.
38, and we'll just put a round through the phone here.
Yeah,
And we can
I'll
just end
open
it
my
on that.
door
Yeah.
there and shoot through the door. It'll make it look like a
Y'all
negligent
wanted a
discharge.
million subs. This is how you get it.
Or
Yep.
negative a million.
Nah,
negative,
you get a million.
Positive.
I'm already
Doesn't matter.
demonetized. What does it matter at this point?
It makes no difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look at this though. It took a year to get these. This is the Bear Grylls Bailey knives.
Why did it take so long to get that? That just looks
'Cause
like
that's-
a knife.
I heard Bear
This is
Grylls
all-
would stay in a hotel at night.
Bear Grylls. Yeah,
I don't
did
know,
he make
but
them
these
himself?
knives are sharp. No, the
I would have
Bailey
stayed in a
knives made in
hotel too,
England.
mind you. I would have done the same thing if that's what he did.
Yeah, bro. Like when you're filming content, I would stay in a hotel too.
Yeah, are you kidding?
You guys actually shoot? That's all added effects in the
That was
video.
all CGI.
Dude, don't get
It's
me
all
started.
filmed on a green screen.
These aren't even real guns, dude. I'm drinking.
This is
I'm
airsoft.
inside of a Wendy's.
Trench
these
has
are-
one of his privates out there with a pole. Ping, ping. He don't really shoot.
Oh, that would have been a good idea. I've got a box full of airsoft guns in my bathroom that I could have brought out here. Dang it.
Dude,
Do y'all still do the thing where you have to go down in the details at the range and hold up the targets or pull
yeah,
them down?
in the pits.
And then
Or
you
no,
can
you're-
move it so they can't. Dude,
It's, in,
that's
it's
so
called
fun.
it's called working the pits. So that
Yeah.
they'll shoot a group, and then you pull it down, paste it up, and send it back up. Yeah.
And you fucking shake it, make it so it's harder for them to hit. I love doing that. Get them to call over the loudspeaker. 17, please stop shaking the targets. Whoever's on 17. I'm just out the fuck.
Normally, whoever's running the pits. Normally, whoever's running the pits. So it's like
Is that an E4? Get the what the fuck? So they say.
it's like a tire change. So the second you see the rounds hit, it would be like 5 rounds. You're literally standing there watching. The second you see the 5th round hit, you're pulling it down as fast as you can, pasting it up, and if you're even like slightly behind every other firing point, because there's 2 guys per firing point or 2 per target. So if you're even slightly behind, there's going to be some Sergeant First Class that's just like, Lane Pin, what's going on over there? And you're just like,
That's me.
"Let's go."
I'm the guy they're yelling at every
Yeah,
time.
that's me yelling at you, Lane 10. Let's go.
It probably was, yeah. If the timeline added up, it would have been you yelling at me because I would have been doing that. Yeah. Good times. And I'd have
What do we
blamed it
wanna
on
do?
somebody.
Do we
I would have
wanna
gotten
close-
away with it.
Do we want to close this out or do we want to keep going? Because I got to pee.
Let's close it out. I got to go drink some beers
Okay.
with a revolver.
Well, Gun Thoughts. Thanks for being another bully of the revolver gang.
Oh, you're so
Welcome to the club, dude.
You know, I'm always down for a little bit of hazing, a little bit of bullying. It doesn't matter what the topic is. Again, I can jump in on anything. I don't really care about revolvers, but I do care about making Trench feel uncomfortable here. So thanks a lot, guys.
It's like
I
the Steven
appreciate you
Crowder
guys having
meme.
me on here. Yep.
But it's him as Gap Hunter. He's just, I'll haze you about anything, anytime.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
There we go.
Awesome.
We'll find a
Well,
way.
guys, this was awesome. We'll try to do another one in a week or two. Leave some sort of comment for the algorithm gods, the gods of which we don't understand. Thanks for being here. And until next time, this is going to be the Nuke Our Parks crew signing out. Cheers.
Ah! Let me hit
Y'all